Welcome to the complete guide to the hollow body. The hollow body is a foundational core exercise that targets the anterior core or the abdominals. And, it looks something like this. And in a yoga context, we know the hollow body, but we might not know it by that name because in yoga we have navasana. This is boat pose, and sometimes we lower into half boat or ardha navasana. And this position, ardha navasana, is a hollow body hold. And like the terminology hollow body, that comes from like the gymnastics world, right? So that's basically what the hollow body is. And there are many different ways to do the hollow body. And we wanted to offer like a really good selection of all of those in this complete guide. So today, Travis and I are going to cover a 4-step progression just for the hollow body itself. And then we're going to turn our attention to 4 really great variations that you can add in for the hollow body. So does that sound good? Should we get started?
That sounds good. So what you demonstrated, the Ardha Navasana, is actually a bit farther along on the progression.
Yes,
it's one of
that's
the
true.
more challenging variations.
Yes.
So where I like to start is in a short lever position. So in this position, Jenni's knees are pulled in and she's reaching forward. And so this would be like level 1. From this position, Jenni could just kick one leg out. So I would call this half hollow body. So this is level 2. Level 3 would be both legs forward. So this would be the Ardha Navasana. And if she wanted to make it even more challenging still, she could go into the full hollow body, which takes her arms overhead. So you could actually, just to complicate things further, you could take your arms overhead in any of those positions. But
Right, like you could be here and take your arms overhead.
yeah, so that's an option, and you could play with that arms overhead in any of the earlier versions.
And Travis, one of the things about the hollow body too is that your head and shoulders are off the floor, right?
Yes.
Just to like reiterate that. I was showing that, but it's kind of subtle.
Right. So your shoulders are off the ground, and you've lifted both your arms and legs.
And like you're pushing your low back into the floor.
Yes, you are.
And it's like hollow body because you've like kind of hollowed out the front body. Is that like you're
Yeah.
kind
So
of in
that position in gymnastics, it's called hollow because you've created this abdominal hollow position to engage the abs.
that totally makes sense. So that's a great like 4-step progression for how you might approach and build strength in the hollow body.
Absolutely. And if you wanted to make any of those positions harder, you can perform the hollow body rock. So
Yes.
why don't we show that?
Yes, the rock is very cool.
So again, you can perform this rock in any of the positions. Jenni's showing the half hollow position here. So with this rock, you can see she's maintaining the relationship, the position of her body the whole time. And she's using her core to initiate this rock forward and backwards. She's not using her arms or legs to move and create momentum to perform the rock.
And it's very potent.
Yes.
I really
So
feel
that rock is trying to pull you out of that shape, and you're actively trying to maintain it. And again, you could do that in that shortest position, or you could do it in the fullest hollow body with the rock.
Perfect. And then we have some variations to take a look at.
Yeah.
We have like another.
Including, you can do this whole progression from beginning to end on your side instead of on your back. So we call this a side hollow body. And to start, again, we could just raise the legs. And then if we wanted to from there, we could add the arm or upper body on. So the shoulder now, bottom shoulder lifts off the floor, and Jenni can use her hand there to support. And from there, she could add on the rock. So this is probably certainly the hardest side hollow, maybe even more challenging than the hollow position on your back, to maintain this C shape and not lose it as you're performing the rock. That hand in front, I think, really helps stabilize. You're not trying to push yourself up. You're just trying not to fall forward.
Right. Just maintain the shape as you rock. That is the side hollow body hold is to me, a super unique one. I had never seen it before until you showed it to me. But you can see it's still the idea of you're still on like a C curve, but you're on your side.
Right. So now your obliques are creating that crunch,
Yes.
that side crunch instead of the abs. And it's just a very cool contribution that the gymnastics world has made.
Totally. So that side hollow body hold you could sort of think of as a hollow body variation, but let's turn our attention now to some more, I don't know if traditional is the right word, but variations of the hollow body that keep us in the actual this orientation to gravity. So should we look at those? We have 4 variations.
Let's do it.
To show you, and the first one will be the hollow body pullover. So the deal with this one and with all of these variations that we'll show is you can pick any of the progressions. So you can orient yourself in any of those 4 progressions for hollow body, but then we add on this variation. So Travis is performing a pullover here by starting by holding the kettlebell straight up overhead, and then he takes the kettlebell overhead, which is really hard, maintaining the whole rest of his body still in the hollow body shape. And this is a great way too. So obviously we're still targeting the abdominals, but now we're adding on like some lats, like we're kind of targeting the lats. And it's really like a great way to think about a shoulder pulling exercise. You're really using your shoulder pulling muscles. So we're layering that onto the hollow body. So that's the hollow body pullover. Then we have the hollow body chest fly. And Travis is going to show us that with some dumbbells here. So once again, he'll come into his hollow body variation of choice. Dumbbells start straight up and then he lowers them out to his side until he starts to feel like a chest stretch, and then lifts them back up, like without momentum, lifts them right back up. And you could picture if Travis were like, say, up on a bench, like a workout bench, he would maybe have room to even lower the dumbbells lower and get more of a stretch if he had that flexibility. But here he's on the floor, so the floor will stop him getting a little tired. That's the chest fly hollow body. Then a third variation is the Maltese hollow body, again with the dumbbells. And this is kind of a play on a strength exercise you may be familiar with, which is called a lateral raise, a front raise, where you lift the weight straight up in front. But here it's similar, but we're working a different range, different spectrum in the range. So Travis has the dumbbells by his side, and then he lifts up. You can stop whatever you need to, but you're doing great. I thought you were. I thought you were. But it's just kind of like sticking within this range, adding this onto the hollow body. Again, if he were on a bench, he could even go lower for more of a stretch. Here's our 4th and final hollow body variation. This is maybe my personal favorite. This is the hollow body pull apart. So here we use a resistance band. We're in the hollow body position of choice, and then we pull apart wide on the band. This is a great way to add like rear delt targeting, strengthening for the backs of the shoulders. Once again, this is shoulder pulling that we bring into our foundational core exercise. I feel like you had a harder job than I did in doing all of those.
That was a workout.
Totally. But you did a great job. Do you think we covered everything?
I think so.
In our complete guide to the hollow body. So thanks for tuning in. And if you appreciated this content, subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all of the content that I share.